I did say very shortly. Here we are, ready for reveal number 502. This one is a 1951D roll. I love 1951D. Has a lot of RPMs, has two different known OMMs, which is a D over S, and then it has one pretty nice looking double die obverse that will get you a nice slab every time. And it has a few minor double die obverses as well. So here we go. Taco John, first coin out, is a nice, very bright 1951D. And the first thing I look for with the big double die is that the mint mark is close to and slightly to the right of the division between the 9 and the 5 and the date. Something like this. It's going to be a little moved a little bit farther to the right, but that's where the mint mark is located on that particular double die. I'm going to check the reverse of the first 10 coins just like usual, but not really expecting to find anything in 1951D. Not for the reverse. And so here we go. Coin number 1, in and out. Let me get the tube out of the way. Coin number 2 now. Mickey Fur. Mickey? What do we get for Mickey? Now, it is a minuscule RPM that's not going to be listable. It's kind of there, but it's just not enough. And nothing on the reverse there. Now, coin number 3. Malcolm. Well, nothing on the date and mint mark, nor the I, and no other doubling do I see. Flip it over and take a look at the reverse. We're still in the first 10 coins in the roll. And I see nothing there. Look at coin number 4 now. Number 4 goes to Paul. Mr. Hampton. Got some die wear. That's what that is coming off the M. That's a braided die doubling. Same thing happened on the 55. Poor man. It's just it just comes from heavy die wear. Hello, Sean. Good day, sir. Going through a roll of 1951D. Lincoln cents right now. This one is for Eric. These coins are sold on Monday nights starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. They are sold out of rolls that have not been searched for die varieties, not been searched for high-grade coins, and we sell the coins on Mondays, and then sometime during, well, hopefully that week, sometimes the next week, we go through that roll of coins and I examine every coin looking for anything at all anomalous, like this. This one has that hump in the middle of the D mint mark down there. And that little hump in the middle of the D mint mark is going to be something, I think. Let's see, what did we end up doing here? Nope, maybe not. I certainly thought that was something. Maybe just my talking about it made me jump on the idea. But we go through the coins looking for die varieties and other errors and other things, high-grade coins or whatnot. And then when we do find stuff, we actually put a new flip insert into your flip with the coin that identifies what the coin is and whether or not it is a coin that was photographed for coppercoins.com, the informational website on die varieties for Lincoln cents. If it was, it's going to be called a plate coin. Plate coin is a coin that way back in the day, the coins photographed for books, the photographs were the plates, and the coin that was photographed is the plate coin. That actually goes on to the printing plate that they use to print the books. Well, there we go. There's an RPM. That's a nice one. See that right up there in the northeast corner? Right up there on the north right, the top right corner of the D? A nice RPM there. A crack on the forehead. But those coins that are plate coins, they get their own designation as plate coins. And if you send your coin into NX for grading, they'll grade your coin, put the identification, the die number identification on it for you, and they will annotate it as a plate coin, which could, to some people, mean extra value. Oh, there's another RPM. That's a different one. Well, that's a nice RPM out to the east right there. So that's our second different RPM for this roll. It's got a little hump down below the nose, so I can tell I'm looking at this die again next time I see one of these. Let's take a look at the reverse real quick. See what we can find. Alright, nothing there. We got one more coin to check on the reverse. I'm much more into looking at the mint marks on this particular year because, man, there's all kinds of chances. That's a very close mint mark right there. Almost touching the 5. We don't really get anything out of that, though. Except that it's a very close mint mark, nearly touching the 5. Back in those days, the mint marks were added to the individual dies by hand, using a punch. So then when the dies would mint the coins, that punch, wherever it was placed on the die, the mint mark ends up in that position on the coins. And mint marks don't move after you punch them into the die. They're part of the die. And as they strike coins, they pile up, and if you've got a really low mint mark or a really high mint mark or a mint mark to the right or left or whatever, you're going to get an entire life of that mint mark on coins. So they're not especially scarce. The other thing is, if the mint mark is in this area, do we have another? Yep, we do. We have another RPM that is, I don't know which one this is exactly right off the bat. I don't have it memorized like that. But you can see that you've got a little, let me move it over just a little bit here. There we go. You got a little flag here coming off the top, and then you've got a little thing here inside the mint mark. That's definitely an extra D. So I just want you to know kind of what you're looking for when you look through these rolls, but this is a pretty nice RPM for you. Even though it's not highly visible, it still is a nice one. I'll move out some again. It's a lot easier to find stuff when you're not zoomed in too tightly. Take my exposure down just a little bit to give us a little less flash over light. There we go. And we'll finish looking at this obverse and then move on. All right. Well, Eric gets a nice little RPM. That one's going to be the first RPM we found in the roll. We got 2 of those here now. Here's a coin for Cookie. Frostbite. Try 40 years of experience. That's part of what helps me do this for you. 40 years of experience. I've been doing this kind of thing since I could see. So now that I can't, the Braille works a little better for me because I'm used to it. I've seen so much of this stuff. I just know what to look for. I'm trying to teach that in my shows and give you guys a better and better and better understanding of what to look for every time you watch one of the shows. And to that effect, sometimes I get over people's head with terminology. I try to define everything I do. I try to make sure that you completely understand everything that I'm talking about. What's going on here? Hey, thank you. Focus. And I try to be sure that I get nice and deep in detail with everything that you need details of, so that you understand what I'm talking about, understand what I'm doing. And if you need to ask any questions, well, now's the time to do it. While you're watching the show and I've got time to sit here and explain it while I'm going through coins, I'll do that for you. No problem. So if you got questions about coins, especially Lincoln cent die varieties, especially the ones that we're finding or not finding in this particular roll, or anything about 1951D Lincoln cents, I'd be happy to answer whatever questions you might have during the show. That's part of what we do here. All right. Well, Carl comes up with a normal coin. Hello, Otis. Good afternoon, sir. Coin number 15 for Leighton. I'm learning, everybody, as I go along, I'm learning where you live, what time zone you're in, what time it is where you are. Some things about, well, some of the local events and local things, like I know that Otis was in a position where I believe he got snow yesterday, is not getting snow today, and is probably in a slightly warmer weather pattern than he was yesterday. Otis is our brother from Ohio. And nothing on this one either. This one's for Taco John. On to the next coin for Jordan. Jordan up now. Also gets a normal coin. And I'm very open to answering questions with regard to these coins for anyone in the audience. You do not have to be in this roll. It does not have to be your coin. In fact, you don't even have to be a registered user with the channel. You don't have to be subscribed, although I would love for you to subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Kind of helps me and it helps you. The answer for that, Maximino, would be no. Certification is for coins that are of higher value. Certification is an expensive process that will cost you far more than the coins you have there are worth. The extra metal coins are typically going to be die chips. That's not going to add up to enough value to make any difference. And to get an error designation on a certification holder, or what we call a slab, you're going to have an error that's a little more pronounced for them to even note it on the label. Otherwise, you're going to send in some $45, $55 to have them grade a circulated wheat cent that you won't be able to get 25 cents for. So therein lies the difference. I'm only telling you what straight up honesty can say. I'm not trying to bash anyone. Anytime I say no or I say that's wrong. I just do that because I know the answer, and I want you to be able to listen to it. All right, Sissy got a normal coin. We're not running into a lot of die varieties here, just a couple. But the ones we do have are pretty good. Here's another one, I think. No, I don't think this is actually. I think that's a hit on the upper part of the mint mark. Thought for a second it was another RPM. All right, nothing there. Coin number 23 is for Leighton. Okay. Not that. What mess did you have in Arkansas? Must have been a lot of rain, huh? Did you get flooding there? I know they got flooding in Tennessee, in the Eastern Hills, Tennessee. Cap Morgan dollar. Here we go. Yeah, that's going to be another one of the normal coins we're finding in the roll. I think. Yep. Eight inches of rain. Wow. Gosh, I feel for you people. Now, Carl is in central Arkansas. My dad used to live in that area. My dad lived actually just east of Heber Springs. Lived in a little spot between Heber Springs and Pangburn. What you're seeing there in Maximino on the 1989D, the mint mark issue is probably damage to the mint mark, or it could be split plating, where the copper plating split, and the zinc on the inside would be showing through a little silver strip or a dark colored strip, and it looks like doubling, or it looks like something's going on with the mint mark, but there actually is not. The thing about two Lincolns sitting in the building on the reverse is pareidolia. It's a shape of some sort that kind of looks like it might be another statue, but it isn't. If there were something like that, it would likely be well known at this point. Oof, 51 degrees. I don't know why you won't stay in focus over here. What's going on with you? There we go. What is wrong with you? Now I have to say it with the right exclamation. What is wrong with you? Have to throw a lot of drama in there. Okay, I think I'm back on. Yeah, looks like I'm back on. Let me turn my camera back on. Let me know if you can hear me, if anybody's still here. Okay, I don't have my secondary camera, so I'm going to have to tell you whose coin is what. I haven't touched anything since the event happened. I don't know exactly what caused the event, but my internet basically just crashed. So, I will finish this roll now, the way we are working it. This is coin number 29 for Jim Fletcher. Coin number 29 for Jim Fletcher. So far I'm looking at a normal coin, and that looks like what we have here. Let me shut my secondary camera down and try to turn it back on. See what happens. Nope, got no camera. Okay, well, we'll make do. Coin number 29 here. 29 is for Taco John. I'll finish the roll exactly as I would normally finish it, and then I'll probably have to work on some of these technical feature issues and see if perhaps I can get back into broadcasting normally. If not, I'll have to postpone the shows again. I hate doing this. There we go. We have a camera. Hang on a second. Here we go. Well, that's back. And that works. Hello, Mickey Fur. Good afternoon, sir. Okay. That's Taco John's coin. Taco John, we got nothing there. Coin number 30. Now, coin number 30. Of course, I'm running behind the time now. Actually, I'm not. I'm actually just about on schedule at this point. We were way ahead of time. And, well, stuff happens. I don't even remember what we were talking about. Yeah, it's definitely my end. I don't know exactly what happened, but we lost internet altogether here. Ah, there we go. There's another one of our nice RPMs right there. This is the second example of this RPM. The first one was coin number 8, and this one is coin number 31. This is for Captain Morgan Dollar. There is our die dent below the nose. So it's going to be a major marker for this, as will this multiple die crack on the head. Very nice. Nice RPM. Here's one for Farm Dog. Farm Dog now. Alright, normal coin there. Oh yeah. Yeah, Maximo had coins that were too minor to grade. Grading is for coins that are generally $25, $50 coins or more. Here's Carl. Carl now. There's a normal obverse here. Okay. So we move on to the next one. Number 34. Mr. Mark. Mark Thomas. Slightly different color coin here. This might have been the end coin at one point in time before the roll was tubed. Got nothing going on there. Let's look now at coin number 35. Kimberly. And Kimberly has, it's like another one of the normal coins. Got a little die crack above the S up there. Got neighbors talking in there now. Don't want to disturb them. I'm kind of a neighbor, but I'm a distant neighbor. I'm at least an hour drive away from either one of them. But we got a couple of guys from far southeast North Carolina. All right, Captain. Well, it's not far southeast. It's kind of southeast North Carolina. It's further southeast than I am. All right, this one's for Otis. And we have not an RPM for Otis. No double die either. Number 38 for Cookie. Oh, nice RPM again. There's another one. Right, yeah, more local than I am. I'm just at the crossroads of two of the major interstates in the United States. I live near the crossroads of I-95 and I-40. I-95 being the major eastern coast corridor, and I-40 being the interstate that runs across the entire country. But yeah, I'm nowhere, because there's not much around here. There should be, but there's not. All right, that one's for Malcolm. We're finding some RPMs in here at least. That one for Richard now. And not a go on that one. Here's one for Paul. Paul Hampton. So unfortunately, we've run into another normal coin. I think the way that we're going to handle the reveals this evening, we're going to do them 2 coins at a time, I believe, because it's going to be a bag reveal. I'm not going to pull the coins out of the bag until the show. In fact, I'm not even going to open the bag until the show. If this happens to work out well for us, we have another bag to do, at least one more bag to do as a bag reveal. If this works out well, we'll do another bag reveal. It'll be upcoming, but it will be a 1960 Philadelphia. Yeah, 1960 Philadelphia mint sealed bag, still sewn shut. Those look like die gouge to me here on the outside of the D. Yeah, die scratches. Mr. French, up next, number 44. I've met both of you, Robert, Mickey. I think you guys get along fine. You're both good guys, so nothing to worry about from the other. I recommend. Got nothing there on Dennis's coin. unfortunately. Well, Robert tries to be a good person. We all have hobbies. Robert happens to have a few. I got 4 coins left. 47 goes to Jordan. Still looking for those couple of nice RPMs that we have been locating in this roll on this now, 45-minute long broadcast with a 15-minute gap in the middle of it. It's okay, these used to take an hour. So, Mark, up next. Nothing on his mint mark. Mickey, did you get one? What? Dive ready? I don't know. I'll go through them at the end. As soon as I finish the coins, I'll go through them. Something to note, or something to take note of. Once I get into a broadcast like this, I don't look up people and find out who was and was not in. And so I don't know. I don't have a good way of looking that up, and it kind of disrupts the show. I put the names in with the inserts on all of the flips for a given week at once. I sit and I do it. It takes about 3 hours, and I don't really pay that close attention to the names after I've created the chips for the names. There's a last coin in the roll for Mr. Patillo, for Chuck 2, and we have nothing on this one. Let's see. So the people who are or are not in these rolls, you need to keep track of that for you, for yourself. But I can't do it. There's Sissy, Eric, Mark, Captain, and Cookie. Got the 5 die varieties in this roll. And so here are the remainder of the coins. I will go look for my last name chip that I seem to be missing in the other roll, and then as soon as I find it, I will come back and do this broadcast. It could take me a few extra minutes, but it won't take very long. So I appreciate it. I tell you what, Doug, I'm going to be back probably in about 15-20 minutes with the next reveal, and we can chit-chat then, but I'm going to go ahead and take off for now and get myself to a point where I am ready to broadcast. I'm going to restart my computer and get everything moving properly again. I noticed that I've not lost my camera. I just thought I did. All right. So I'll talk to you guys in a few minutes. I appreciate it. I'll be back probably before 4 o'clock. I'll talk to you later.